Blitzers, Nerf Clan, hey, it's Ronan. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're reviewing the M-V-Yoh Tier 9 Heavy American in the new line. Okay, this thing is fugly. It is ugly. It is Jar Jar Binx. Couldn't figure that out. Got some help. Jar Jar the tank. All right, looks aside, and there's some good reviews out there. I like fatnesses as well. The tank's got great characteristics. It is not OP in my opinion, but it's quite good. I'll get to the armor in a second. You're comparing it here to some of the other auto clippers. There's some great heavies in the tier. As you look right away, a disadvantage to the tank, just like the Emil, is the DPM. Only 2,000 DPM, and is running vent. So it's 1968 in terms of DPM. But you can see great pen value, 258, and the alpha 450 is an advantage. The rate of fire, it doesn't matter. The reload does matter, and it's huge. You see 25.72 second clip load. However, like the M6, which we reviewed the other day, it's got a shell burst, so you can dump that 450 times 2, which is 900 to those of you who forgot school already, in 1.7 seconds. Heat, as you can compare them, heat pen 352, which is excellent. Alpha 380, same thing, can dump 380 times 2 and do a lot of damage. On the high explosive side, its pen is okay, 66, similar to the Emil's, a little bit lower than the 5120. Excellent tank, by the way, that 5120. And again, same burst. Now, how about the other dimensions? Aim time is not great, 2.31, and you can see dispersion values 3.62, also just okay. Not as good as the other clippers, but it's got an elevation depression, -8 plus 18 is a nice advantage to the AMX. It's similar to the Emil, except for the elevation is a little bit better. And its movement mobility is good. It's actually got a decent speed, nothing like the 5120, and the Emil has a great reverse speed. Power to weight's right in between the two at 16, which is not bad either. And then the no mod, you can see the traverse is slow on this tank. This tank feels a little bit slow to me when I play it. No real difference on HP, 50 HP less, not quite sure what it is. Now the armor, it is a unique looking tank, as we mentioned, Jar Jar the tank. Upper plate is all over the place in terms of value, just depends on which square they hit, but it's in the high 200s to low 300s higher up. Lower plate, as you expect, is quite low. If you're exposed in this tank, you're gonna die for all sorts of reasons, which we'll see in the examples, but you're not gonna get penned in the face, but you're gonna get penned in Jar Jar's ears. So if you remember, Jar Jar Binx has got big ears, but that area is misleading. That top area right there has got higher pen values, and if you wiggle the turret, move it up and down, you should be all right. The top, of course, the gun mantling is going to get you penned. Side armor is non-existent. It's low. It's what kind of you expect. So this tank, if you're sitting there and you're like just like this, haul down, whatever, and you turn, you're going to get penned in the side of that turret. And look at the size of that thing, the fucking dome on that thing. So you got to remember the sides and rear of this tank have no armor, and you got to play it that way. So I think Fatness said it well, and I'll say the same thing about the M6, which is that you got to play these tanks differently. They are not your prototypical tanks that you play second line or whatever. You got to play these tanks as a kind of a form of clippers, okay? And I think Gent does a great job. There we go. People see Gent and Atomic these days. They are scared. They are not happy, and they're going to blame God, matchmaking, and everything. Listen, they're in Shrek Clan. What's going to happen in Shrek Clan? All right, so right away, these two, Atomic and Rain, go off to the hill in the newly buffed Mines map, which it was buffed by adding some nice graphics on it. I do like what they did, to be honest. Same old map. Now watch Gent as he plays the tank. He doesn't rush the hill. But he wants to see where these idiots in the T-49, in the Pantera, he wants to see what they do. And he wants to get behind him. And Gent, as you guys know, Gent has a tremendous ability to know exactly where to be. Did you see how quickly he dumped that clip? Just like the M6. Nothing really different. The truthful of this tank is it's got troll armor. By the way, you notice there it was using the broken rear reversal that you can drive backwards even with tanks. It was nice of that Borsig to push the front line and get behind Gent. Gent really appreciated that with the broken tracks. Right away, Gent and Atomic realize that while they are very good, their teammates aren't. They are down against in a 5 versus 7 already with 1 minute down in the battle. Gent wants to really clear this Vickers CR, bounces a troll shot off of, that was from the Borsig, off of this thing. Look at the speed of that. 1, 2, 947 damage. Boom, like that. And there, Atomic in for the kill of the pesky Vickers. What's Gent working the ridge line there, guys? What is he doing? Well, first of all, one advantage that Jar Jar the tank has is that it's got a very small, teeny, weird-looking turret. That's going to make it harder. And look at this Emil. Now, I want you to look at that Emil, and what do you see, right? This is what I think Gent was thinking. He knows that Emil is complete trash. That guy just drove up there, didn't even look, didn't glance, just drove across. Now, remember that because Gent is filed that under his memory, and he's going to play that guy the way an idiot should be played. No offense. I mean, everybody's got a different level of intelligence. Some people are stupid, some are smart. That guy's dumb. And what Gent's going to do later on is really, really smart play when it comes down to the wire. You got to know who to kill, who not to kill, etc. And I think Gent filed that under. Shoots a beautiful shot, and that tank has got great pen. 258 on AP. Heat will go through fucking schools. It's got all that going for it. Nice shot there into the 252. Max roll 563. And Gent gets those shots in. He knows the Emil's up there, but there's just no need to poke. Let your 25 seconds of relaxation, cross your legs and do Zen. Atomic is working that Emil over there. Notice Atomic and Gent, these guys have played together for years, both very strong players, pro players, I'd say. And they know, Gent knows the targets that he's working, Atomic knows his. Watch Gent move up here, get away from that shot. He knows that the T-32 wasn't looking at him, and he pounds him for 2. Takes a quick glance at that Emil 2, and gets back in position where he is covered again. He's got 1,829 HP left, and that's a hell of an advantage when it comes down to it. It's 3 against 3 at this point. I don't think anybody's betting on the other team winning, but hey, you never know. And then there comes the Emil we were talking about earlier. Gent knows he's a moron. He moves up there rather slowly, takes a bounce, of course, from the guy, pounds him for 521 for that shot, and then max roll, HE, and a fire into the back of his turret. And Gent knew to do the, Gent, that was sexy. And now watch this. Gent counted his shots and just drives by him. There's no need to stay there. There's no need to aim at the guy. The guy's a fucking idiot. Go do something else. Atomic's got him. And Gent exposes his ass to the guy. He doesn't even give him that much respect. Now that Borsig is going to run away and hide. Somebody died. I don't even know who. Gent comes over here and knows, hey, this 252 is the one worth killing. Still has not looked at that Emil. He's waiting for the shot on the Borsig, trying to see if he can get it. He knows Atomic's over there. He's going to take care of it. Probably looks behind on the no-look. I'm going to do that right now. Probably look behind. Atomic's going back there. Gent's focusing on the Borsig just in case this guy gets something cute being done and pounds him in the face and finishes for 6,164 damage. 4 kills. 7 kills for the tune, by the way, I might say. That's not done every day. And you can see pretty much every award and trophy there is. So one hell of a game there by Gent, and really well done. Love that game. All right, well, not to be outdone, we have Lek in the second game of the night, also with the M5. Obviously, that's what we're talking about here. Lek is in the Alpenstock map and rocking the leopard print camo. I mean, honestly, if Jar Jar Binx was going to have a camo, I think leopard print, makes some sense. I mean, not judging Jar Jar, but Jar Jar was definitely coming from a planet where those guys could just, do anybody. So, yeah, leopard print. All right, teams pushing left. I haven't watched this replay. I watched Gents. Lex, I did not watch. So, for any false or stupid misleading statements in advance, I apologize. Anyway, the leopard print bandit is pushing up, and right there's that 5120. Now, you see the armor of the 5120. I mean, that's why it's an offensive weapon. It is not a defensive weapon. It doesn't do shit against pretty much any armor. And you can see there wasn't a whole lot of spots the Lek could put his leopard print cock into. Lek is working this area. This is also where I like to go in this map. Have for a long time. And you can see the enemy team likes it as well. And there is already down a player. It's 6 on 7. It's kind of early with less than a minute left. That's the theme of Blitz these days. If you end up with 7 players after a minute, you're probably going to assume you're going to win. Lex using the ultra zoom there and get another cheeky shot into the IS-8. Listen, not a lot of tanks can pound the cheeks of the IS-8 like that one did. I want to point out that was only PC zoom can zoom in that much. Us mobile players do not have that luxury. Why? It's one hell of a question. I'm still not sure why. Anyway, it is now 6 on 5. Lex teammates and him have done some good work there. Lek really wants to get this IS-8 out. There's a couple of reasons for that, and there he goes. The JG PZ100 Jaegeru clears him. The reason for that is that guy was actually in a pretty good spot, and he was relatively hauled down, except for the IS-8 has weak spots, and Tanks with good pen can clear them. Lek is going to go help somebody. I'm not sure why, but he is wearing leopard print. And the IS-4 unskilled over there is seeming to have a hard time with this T-57. Lek side shot there. Misses it. What the hell was that? Anyway, I guess when you have two shots in less than 2 seconds, you can afford that. Lek was not using auto aim there, I believe, which is the reason that his turret wiggled a little bit and he lost it. Auto aim does a great job of just stabilizing the shot into the middle of the tanks. Now PC auto aim is a little bit different for mobile. That may be the small advantage. I've heard some people really like the mobile version better. 3-on-3 now, guys. CNA capped, looking good on points, but there is a lot of meat left on this bone. I have a feeling Lek's gonna win this one by points. The Death Star comes over and takes 900 into the nose. Quickly. Lek is trying to figure out here what to do. He's got some help. As you can look at if you look at the map, he's got help. He's facing a Mouse, a Kronwagen, and a 183. He's got a T-57 and an M-V-Yoh to help him. But he cannot afford to take big hit from that Death Star. That'll change the course of the game. And Lek has got to play this smart. Even if he loses a teammate or two, he's got a pretty good cap lead at this point. He could, with taking out one guy. And he takes a 965 from the Death Star, but that's all right. He can afford that. Still got 1,085 left, and he clears a Death Star, and he's got good points. That T-57 needs to stay alive. He's at 830. He can do this as long as he doesn't get rushed. So he's going to try to cap B. There is a Kronwagen that's hauled down, or trying to get hauled down. Lek can't take him on. That Kronwagen can clear him relatively quickly. Lek is baiting a shot in his front. He also knows he's got the perma-track reversal thingy, so he can take that. Lek takes him in there. Nice shot in a block. Wow, that troll armor in, and let's see if Lek gets this one. He sure does. That was clutch for the game. That's all she said. That Mouse is full power, or full HP, but doesn't matter. Well, there is Jar Jar the tank. I hope you guys liked it. Terrific games by Gent and Lek. Thanks, guys, so much for the replays. And again, I think this line is fun. It's good. It's unique. Get Jar Jar. He could use your help. Me, Jar Jar Binx. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.